2018 Range Rover Velar P380 V6 Review Price Interior. The compact luxury crossover descriptor is hardly vivid enough for Land Rover's Range Rover Velar.
The SUV is on the large side of that class and looks it, measuring just shy of the midsize Range Rover Sport in every dimension.
The Velar's outsize luxuriousness and sleek style further elevate its station above staider and smaller sales chasers such as Audi's Q5 and the BMW X3.
Highs.
Daring styling inside and out, usable cargo hold, good cabin space.
Low.
Sometimes unpredictable responses from the touch screens, gruff engine, firm ride.
Just don't call the Velar fat. Although it is heavy at 4,676 pounds, it's more big bone.
Literally. Underneath its sleeker, low roof take on Range Rover's signature rectilinear styling sits. The same plus-size architecture that underpins Jaguar's F-Pace.
However, Land Rover tunes most of the Jag's athleticism out of the chassis.
Although we're okay with that, particularly on a luxury-minded SUV.
Still, the Velar's ride could be softened just a smidge further to match the handling's relaxed vibe. Engine trio. There are 3 engine choices, none of which stands out as a runaway must-have.
Base models use a 247 horsepower turbocharged inline-4 and carry the P250 moniker,
denoting their 250-ish horsepower and P4 petrol gasoline appetite.
We have yet to test a P250, but we've driven one and it doesn't move the Velar with much verve. A 180 horsepower turbo diesel 4-cylinder that flies under the D180 banner is optional.
And it is even more sluggish than the P250.
Finally, there is the 380 horsepower supercharged gasoline V6 tested here, which gets the designation P380.
Although the 6 is used in other Jaguar Land Rover products.
In the Velar it lacks the sweet exhaust note it exhibits in other JLR applications.
And while much of the tire, wind, and suspension noises don't enter the cabin,
the V6's unrefined sounds manage to penetrate its firewall.
A full throttle run to highway speeds whips up a great din from the engine.
and you'll get the sense that even this range-topping V6 and its attendant 8-speed automatic transmission labor to move the hefty SUV. Indeed. The Velar, at 5.7 seconds to 60 miles per hour, is a significant 0.6 seconds slower than its mechanical twin, the Jaguar F-Pace S.
This Range Rover also returned a disappointing 17 miles per gallon overall during our test. Wow factor.
We suggest embracing the Velar's relaxed driving demeanor while spending time admiring the stunning interior.
Modern and well-appointed, the cabin is assembled from high-quality materials combined and executed in novel ways.
Take, for example, the door trim, which is available in typical materials,
such as wood or aluminum, but is incorporated in the recessed part of the door panels alongside the elbow rests.
Even with all that, the rest of the interior is outshined. In wow factor by Land Rover's all-new dual-display infotainment system, in Control Touch Pro Duo.
The system banishes nearly every major physical button in the cabin save for the headlight switch.
The transmission's rotary knob gear selector, and the window switches. Visually, this is a coup.
The two glossy 10-inch touchscreens, which are augmented by the Velar's standard digital gauge cluster, look incredible.
The upper screen primarily handles audio, navigation, and settings functions.
While the lower display swaps between climate controls and driving mode settings.
It's all stunning to behold, but a dark shadow of confusion draws over the displays.
When it comes to their boggling configurability.
For some reason, one can set the two displays.
And the gauge cluster to show current audio information or a phone menu simultaneously. Infotainment teething issues aside, the Velar is successful at its mission of feeling like a true luxury good.
It's a comfortable, attractive thing that looks expensive.
And it can really nail that last bit, especially the P380 version.
Step up the trim level ladder to our test car's our dynamic HSE spec.
And you're facing a $78,095 bill before adding any options.
That's a long way from the base, $50,895 Velar P380.
Not to mention the $65,195 Velar P380.
The cheapest way to get the V6.
Of course, our test vehicle carried a few options on top of the our dynamic HSE trim $11,565 worth.
Including a $30,060, 1,600 watt Meridian audio system,
and $1,125 locking rear differential, the $1,380 extended leather package, $870 for 4-zone automatic climate control, and a $580 on/off-road package with off-road specific driving modes.
The rest of the cost was tied up in nicer floor mats, ambient interior lighting, and our dynamic black exterior trim package.
heated windshield, and other assorted knickknacks.
Nix some of those knacks, and you'll get the same high style for slightly less.